Hi everyone, I am Cindy Nansiri. Welcome to my first episode of Bottle Girl Diaries. I'm so excited to have you join me today. We are going to be meeting with the beautiful Instagram and fashion model, Masha Diduk. Well, let's get started with today's episode. This is Masha Diduk. She is a current Las Vegas bottle service girl, Instagram and fashion model. Hi, Masha.
Hi guys. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks for coming on today. It's really good to see you since we've been closed down and just kind of bored in the house.
Are we 6 feet apart? Should we measure?
Yeah, we should measure.
Close enough.
Okay, so let's get started. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where were you born and raised, and when did you move to Vegas?
So I was born in Ukraine, and then I moved to Philadelphia when I was 7 years old, and I was raised in Philly. I moved to Vegas 5 years ago, and I've never actually been here until I moved here, so it was pretty exciting, weird.
So wait, you moved here 5 years ago, because I moved here in 2015. So you got here at the same year that I did?
I guess it was 5.5 because it was 2014, August of 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just feel like when I think about you, I'm like, oh, she's one of the, most well-known bottle service girls. And when I moved here, I was like stalking you guys on Instagram. I was like, oh yeah, I want to be like them.
I think that's what we all did when we first moved here. We're like, who's here?
Who's
so
who?
What's going on? What do we learn from them?
Yeah, no, that's cool. I didn't know that you were born in Ukraine. I actually had no idea. I thought, okay. I was like, no, she was born in. Wait, is Ukraine in Russia?
No.
Oh.
No, but I speak Russian. I speak both languages, but they actually hate Russia, I think.
Oh.
So it's weird.
See, I would have never known that.
That's a weird thing.
Well, you guys, I need to take, is it history or geography? It's history, right?
It's geography.
It's geography. Okay. So.
I mean, I could be wrong.
I know. So what was your first industry job?
Industry job in Vegas was Hakkasan.
Oh, wow.
But when I first got into doing bottle service, I kind of accidentally fell into doing bottle service in Philly at a club called Red Sky where there was only 4 girls working. It was so small, but people loved it. It was just this little tiny space, and we all loved it. And I was underage, and they didn't realize it when they hired me.
You were working underage?
I was 17. I was 17 doing bottle service.
They didn't ask you for an ID?
He knew I was underage. That's no longer open. But he knew I was underage, and he just loved me. So I think he just gave me the job. It's not like I was drinking on the job or anything, but it was definitely funny that I started early.
Oh my gosh. They didn't ask you,
I guess it wasn't really, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how they did that.
Oh my
I
gosh.
can't remember if I got paid cash or if it was legit, but I wasn't there very long, and then I started working at a casino, and that's what brought me here actually, is I thought I was going to work at a casino. I thought I was going to work at SLS as a cocktail waitress. I was just like a regular carrying the tray. So that's what I used to do in Philly, and then I met a friend. I met a girl on Instagram, and she was like my Instagram friend. She was from New York. And she moved here right before I did. Her name was Soraya, and she worked at Hakkasan. And we just kind of chatted, and she's like, hey, you should apply at Hakkasan. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And she's like, here, let me send your pictures over to my friend. And she sent them to Matt, and then Matt sent them to Alex. And it was really weird. I just got hired, and I was like, oh, I'm so lucky. And it was all thanks to Soraya, because I wasn't thinking about bottle service. I just came here wanting to pass out drinks on the casino floor, because that's what I was used to.
Okay, that's cool. That's a cool story. So when you came to Las Vegas, like, were you just scared shitless, honestly, when you went to auditions, or did you not have to go to the normal auditions?
I had a fast pass, but I still didn't think I belonged there, because I was like, I don't look like the typical Vegas girl. I was a skinny runway model, and I was like, this is weird. And I just went there like, oh, let's see what happens, because I was actually working at the Golden Nugget, because when I moved here and I didn't get the job at SLS, I was like, what should I do? And I love playing blackjack, so I went and I learned how to deal, and they put me at Golden Nugget, and I was there for maybe a month until Hakkasan called me back. But it was cool. I learned a new trick or trait.
A new skill.
Oh God,
that's so funny. Okay, so I have to ask you. I've come into Hakkasan a couple times, and I see you bringing out bottles that are bigger than you. So what is the most expensive bottle that you've sold, and what did you feel what was your sales tactic on that?
So there's been a few big ones. My very first big bottle was only a 6 liter, but it was the white gold Dame Rosé.
Oh, wow.
Which is, I think it was like 125,000, but we gave him a discount because he was a customer who came in a lot, and I think we gave it to him for 70. But that bottle, it has white gold on it, so you can sell the bottle for 5,000.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, allegedly, I don't know. I was trying to take it home, but I didn't get to take it home. Somebody else took it home, and then I sold. How much was it? Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is gonna have to get cut. I sold a 15 liter and of Ace, was it?
Mm-hmm.
So that bottle is listed at like 300, but we sold it for so cheap just because no one's coming in and buying $300,000 bottles anymore.
Right.
So I think we sold it for like 100 or 120, 125, but that bottle's probably your height. So
I'm like, yeah.
and
I'm
it's so heavy, and the guys have to help us because it's your arms just fall off. You're like pouring it into this little glass and just pours all over your hand, and you're like, haha, don't look.
I know sometimes I love selling the big bottles because it's a lot of fun. The shows are fun to bring it out with, but if I can't even lift it, it makes it so awkward, and then the guys have to like step in. So yeah, I'd rather
pretty strong. I love doing the presentations, but anything above the 6 liters is serious. We need guys, manpower.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so I would have to say that the reason that I really have always been intrigued by you is just like your confidence in the way that you exude yourself. And I mean, people can talk shit on Instagram models all they want, but I actually really, praise you for it and give you a lot of credit, because I think that it actually takes a lot of work. Like, it's kind of like you're marketing yourself as a brand. So do you feel that if you didn't move to Las Vegas, do you think moving to Las Vegas has helped your Instagram growth?
It actually really did, just because I was a fashion model and I did a lot of runway, and it's different. It's a different scene out here. So I started doing a lot of bikini lingerie, and people obviously love that. And then I got to meet a lot of different people from LA who are photographers and helped me get more exposure. I think the fake boobs kind of helped too, since I'm doing lingerie and bikini.
Wait, how old were you when you got your boobs done?
How old am I now? So 25?
20. Me too. I was 25. Yeah.
I was like, because I was like, I'm never gonna get fake boobs. I don't want it. I don't care. I'm fine. I do runway. We can't have fake boobs. And then living here, I'm like, maybe I should get fake boobs. I think I need fake boobs to be here, because it just gets in your head when you live in Vegas and see everyone is so glammed up, and you're like, oh, maybe that's what I'm supposed to look like. Then you go back home and you're like, I was normal before.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same way, because I'm from a small town. It's called Clearfield. It's in Utah. And like, first of all, I mean, I was kind of a minority there, and we're Asian. So it's kind of like, that kind of just gives you a little example of what like my city was like. So how old were you when you started modeling?
I was about 15, and people just were always like, oh, you're so tall, you should model. My dad's like, you're so tall, you should play basketball. And I was like, no, Dad, I'm going to go try the modeling thing. And I started by going to like this little modeling school thing, which was a complete ripoff and a waste of money. And the photo shoots were terrible, and I didn't really learn that much. And it was just, eventually, if you actually look up this company, you're like, oh, it's a ripoff. But we didn't know. And then my mom was super supportive, and my dad, they just loved me, and they're like, oh, just go live your dream, but we're not going to pay for it. You can figure it out yourself. So I started working like little side jobs. Like I worked at a pizza place, and until I got older to do other things. And then I started going to New York. Well, I had an agency in Philadelphia, and then they sent me to New York to get signed, and I got signed there. So then I got to do like New York Fashion Week and different e-catalogs and e-commerce and small campaigns.
Okay, that's so dope. I love that. Have you been able to like monetize off of your following? Or I mean, I see that you have a ton of collaborations, and I love that. I think that's so dope in itself. So you've been able to monetize off of it though?
Yes, I've been able to make money off of my Instagram, just because as your followers go up, if you do it the right way, you can make money. You can even, people are like, how do I work with brands? Some of these brands you can just reach out to and be like, hey, I love your stuff. I would love to collab with you, or whatever. And if you start by collaborating and they like the work you're producing for them, or the content you're producing for them, they will be like, hey, you know what? We want to keep you on board for longer. We'll pay you. So some people like to go by $1 per thousand or $2 per thousand. And that's what your post would be. Like, you're like, oh, hey, I have 100,000 followers, so I'll charge $100 or I'll charge $200. So $1.02 per thousand.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's an easy way to gauge it. And that's, I think, a fair way for companies too. But some people just, if you give like crazy numbers, some companies can afford it, some people can't. I kind of just base it off of the company. I'm like, okay, so this is a smaller company. I'm going to shoot my shot with this price. If they can't afford, they might shoot back with, hey, we can do this much. And I'm like, is it worth it?
Right.
So I've worked with KO watches and like CBD companies and clothing brands, and I've definitely received some free product. Everyone likes free things.
Of course.
And that's mainly when I was just still building my Instagram. So it was cool just to get free things, and especially things I use like hair stuff or eyelashes and whatever.
Right. No, I mean, I love getting free stuff, because at the same time, like, yeah, we might not be getting paid, but at least you're saving money on that product. But
I like to endorse things that I think work, or things that I actually like the quality of, because some people will just post kind of whatever, and I'm like, well, I don't like this specific thing, so I don't post it.
Yeah, you can't drink out of every cup of opportunity that you're given, and I truly believe in that, because I've received stuff too, and I'm like, no, I probably don't like that. Well, it's better that you're honest about it, and you're not going to post about a product that you don't like.
Yeah, I don't want to sell people things and just be like, oh, here's my discount code, buy these terrible leggings.
Right.
Save your money.
Right. No, save your money, guys. Okay, so I just have to ask you, and I don't know if, how much you'll speak on this. So there is the TMZ article floating around about you being the nanny for the Tiger King family. I mean, I have questions, girlfriend. So can you kind of speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, of course. So I met Jeff and Lauren from the Tiger King back 4 years ago, about when they brought little baby cubs around, and one of my customers was like, oh, I have these tigers, if you want to come play with them. And I was like, oh, cool, I love cats and I love animals, sure. And people are like, oh, that tiger shouldn't be handled around drunk people. Nobody there was drunk, and nobody was there was like, catch a tiger. They were like, oh, little baby, innocent little baby. They were super nice to them. So Jeff and Lauren have always been cool. And with the Tiger King thing, I just kind of fell into it. And they're like, hey, if you want to help us out with being the nanny part-time.
Oh my gosh.
We'll take you on. And I was like, well, yeah, sure, why not? And I didn't know this was going to blow up into such a big thing with Tiger King and everything. And I knew the show was going to do so well. And I didn't even know they were going to post that picture of me on there. So I thought it was really funny when I woke up and everyone was like, look, you're on the show. And I was like, oh my God, so funny. I love Jeff and Lauren, and I love baby Sarah. So I'm there part-time. They hired me basically. So they're at the zoo right now that Joe Exotic started. But they are moving, hopefully by the end of summer, to a bigger location to give the tigers more room and to stray away from Joe Exotic's name and all the horrible things that he did to the animals. Because everyone's saying, it's not a good place, and those people torture the animals, and they're not the ones that are doing it. It was him, and he's in jail for it. But people are still being negative towards them. Oh. So it sucks, but people are going to believe whatever they want. So they want me there. They want me more for the new zoo, not for this zoo.
Right. No, that makes sense. And I'm like, I know Masha personally, so I'm like, she's not going to work for a family that's over there like abusing animals. So
yeah, no, I have my 4 adopted babies, and I love animals.
Oh, yeah. I know. They're so cute. I love that picture of you and the cub. It's so cute.
Little baby.
Okay, so, and there's just some nasty ass people out there. Just straight up haters, girl. So I want to know, like, do you delete their comments? Do you leave it there? How do you deal with that? Because I feel like we can say that it doesn't get to us, but I think that as humans, like, naturally it has to get to us a little bit, or most of those people are irrelevant anyways.
So with those kind of people, I leave the comments because I just don't care. Because I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and delete all these comments of people being negative. I know who I am as a person. I don't need to defend myself. Like, there's definitely been times where I'm like, okay, you know what, let me clap back and whatever. But it does more harm than good. I only respond to the people who are nice, and those people, because you're nice to them, they're like defending you. They're like, fuck those people.
Yeah.
How dare you talk about her like that? She was nice to me.
Right.
And that's the positivity I need in my life. So I'm not really sensitive to that kind of stuff, because my whole life people have judged me or been a certain way towards me because I model or because of stuff I post on Instagram. So I've grown into being like, you're always going to have a hater. You're always going to have someone being negative.
Yeah.
And even on the TMZ article, people were going off in the comments. I replied to a few, and I had people chat like, why are you giving them time of day? And that's when I was like, you're right. And that's when I completely just was like, changed my mindset. I was like, I don't need to answer to anyone's negativity. And then I looked at these people's pages who make these comments, and they don't post pictures of themselves. They are usually fake profiles. Or on, for example, the TMZ article, these people literally spend their whole life on this website commenting negative things on other people's posts. So it's not just like they were like, oh, we hate this girl for some reason. They have 3,000 comments throughout all of TMZ, and you can see every single comment they've ever made was negative. Not a single nice comment. And I'm like, wow, you have a sad, poor life, and you're miserable.
Right.
You're just sitting on TMZ trolling random people who probably actually don't read those articles. I'm in quarantine. I saw it. I was like, this is funny. Let me read the comments. And they were like, oh, you have all this time. I was like, yeah, I'm quarantined just like you, bitch. I got time.
Oh my gosh. You're like, I got time today to clap back.
And then I stopped. And I was like, this is pointless. It gets you nowhere. And that's all these people want is to get a reaction out of you.
Right.
So don't give them that. Don't waste your energy.
Right. I'm like, I'm not even somebody with a huge following, but I've had people write me some nasty messages. I've had like fake numbers text me too. So I'm just like, how does she deal with it? Because I'm like, I can only imagine. But honestly, most of those people, they're just so irrelevant. I'm like, I would feel stupid personally.
What do you do with your life? Yeah. That you have this much time to be like, I hate you and this is why. And you have fake boobs. No shit.
Yo, yes, I got fake boobs.
And fucking what? Like, and what? Who cares? There's plenty of people who have fake boobs that you don't even know. Like,
right. If girls are over here trying to, or guys even, anybody who's trying to monetize or grow their Instagram, what's like the best advice that you can give?
Find your thing. What do you want to do? Do you want to model, or are you trying to sell something? Do you want to do lifestyle? Are you fitness motivated? What is your niche?
What's your niche? Yeah.
And then you build off that, because people, you know, when you follow on Instagram, like I like clothes. So I'm like, oh, this person dresses really well and it fits my style. So I follow them. So once you find what you want to post or what your niche is, it'll just come naturally. And you want to post good quality content. You don't want to just post, you know, back in the day when Instagram first started, we're like, here's a picture of my shoe. Yeah. Here's a picture of my pinky. And here's a picture of this salad. And it's like, no one fucking cares.
Yeah.
And and like they took away the likes, but I feel like taking away the likes it makes people not as inspired to post good content.
Right.
And I think it's fun to go on Instagram and see someone be really creative and provide beautiful content, beautiful videos, beautiful pictures, colors. I like art. So for me, it's like, oh, it's art, and I like when people express themselves. So if you just find your thing and go off that, your Instagram will naturally grow.
One thing I really liked about you too is that you'll still post about your family. You're still very like, because there's some girls I'm like, do you not have a family? Or I don't know. I guess
some people can be private though. I like to post stuff like that in my story, kind of like when I'm in the moment. Those are more my behind the scenes. Like for my Instagram, I'm very like, I want this picture to be in the moment, but still beautifully captured. Yeah. I like it to be symmetrical or whatever it may be in that time and day, but on my stories I'll post whatever. No makeup, running around being an idiot with my animals, my parents, like, because I'm a real human. Like people forget that, you know, everyone on Instagram is still a person and has a normal life at the end of the day.
Yeah. No. So I have to ask you, right now we're obviously shut down. And do you plan on returning back to nightlife after all this?
Yeah, I love my job. I think it's one of the greatest jobs out there. It's so fun, and you have so much free time too. So you work 3-4 days a week, and then you have 3 days off, or whatever it may be, however your schedule is. With me, I have 3 days off usually from the nightclub, and if I want to take more days off, I can. We have paid time off. We have health insurance. The company's been really good to me. I've been with them for 5 years, or a little bit over 5 years, and it's just, you know, people are like, I love this. Like, this is crazy. How do you do this every day? And I'm like, it's just like any other job eventually, because you're like so used to it. But then you step back and you're like, wow, people are paying so much money to come and see this DJ and to have this experience, and I'm living it every day. So we forget that sometimes. We underappreciate it sometimes. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay, going to enjoy as long as I can.
I mean, I feel like it's a great place that we've been able to build a lot of relationships and opportunities for ourselves. So, I mean, I don't see why you would leave something if it's not broken, you know?
True.
So,
I've met a lot of great people, and it's given me a really great life. And I thought I was going to stay in Vegas for a year and then be like, okay, bye, I'm leaving. And then I just kind of got sucked into it. And I'm like, I've met so many great people, and, you know, I have a great job, and this great job opened up so many doors for me with just everything. I own 4 properties here in Vegas. And I wouldn't be able to do that without Hakkasan.
right. No, I love coming to Hakkasan and seeing you girls. You guys are all so cute. I'm like,
so fun.
I know.
It's a little family.
Yeah.
Big family.
Right.
60
right.
waitresses or 50 waitresses. I don't remember how many there are right now.
I know you guys have a lot.
Yeah, we're massive.
You know, where I'd like to leave off is what do you see yourself doing long term? Like, what are you passionate about? So where do you see yourself maybe in like 5 years from now?
Well, maybe at Hakkasan, but who knows? I don't know.
And that's okay.
So
That's
I
okay.
just I wanted to be a nurse at some point in time, and then I started going to school. I went to college for like a year and a half, and then I was like, I'm in school killing myself, and these waitresses are crushing it with no student debt or anything. And I was like, let me try this. And that's
Right.
kind of what sucked me out of school. But I can always go back to that. I can always go and learn and teach myself and step into a new field. For now, I'm just enjoying this. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do in 5 years. I kind of just take it one step at a time, one day at a time, and
Yeah.
see what doors are open for me and which opportunity is working for me at the time. So I don't really have anything planned out, but maybe have a family, maybe be married, maybe be a nurse, maybe be a waitress.
What kind of
maybe.
nurse do you want to be?
A psychiatric nurse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like the people with...
You'd be a hot ass nurse. Listen, if you become a nurse, you should make your own like nursing outfits, you know? Just joking.
Yeah, just wear them from the costume store. Just here I am.
Oh my gosh, I'm dead from foreplay. No,
Yeah, from
sorry.
foreplay.
Before we end today's episode, what is the best advice that you can give our peers and viewers during the time that we are quarantined and we're not working?
In a sensitive time like this, I know we hear it every day to be positive and stay safe, learn new skills, and I think it's all really great advice, and we should take that, and we should also not forget to just relax and make yourself whole again. Like, we work so much and we're all exhausted. Like, my back hurts, my feet hurt, and in this time off, I'm just really enjoying not being in heels and doing these extra stretches. And I've, been meaning to do stuff around the house, but I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. So I've been doing stuff around the house. Like, if it's cleaning or putting up wallpaper or reorganizing your closet and making it color coordinated. Like,
Yeah.
These are all little things that will make you feel better. If you're having a bad day, put on some makeup. It'll make you feel better because you're like, oh yeah, I remember when I had fun doing this. And you feel good when you're not just in sweatpants all the time, because we have been living in our sweatpants and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's even like a proven fact that once you are so used to that and you get dressed up, you're like instant mood lifter.
Right.
So do that for yourself, just for fun. Just go grab coffee from the drive-thru from your local place, not just Starbucks. Just support them because they really need it right now. All the small businesses really need the support. So that.
No, I think that's great advice. And I love that you said that, it's important to still get ready during this time, because just putting on makeup and doing your hair and, just getting yourself fixed up, you can remember that I am still that bitch,
I'm still that bitch.
I'm still that bitch.
It makes you feel good. It's super important to feel good about yourself, and just I fall into my sweatpants and no makeup and I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. But then I'm like, looking at these girls on Instagram, I'm like, oh man, she's hot. Then I put on some makeup. I'm like, okay, I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not just a complete smacked ass.
Yeah, I know. At first when I got ready, I was like, oh, I kind of forgot how to do my makeup. Not that I knew how to do it great in the first place.
This eyeliner, great. This one
is not it.
No. This is bad. So I'm like, oh, I wish I was sitting on this side.
All right, you guys. So today we met with Masha Diduk. We've obviously been able to see how Instagram has really helped her be able to promote and brand herself, get her paid collaborations, and open up other doors of opportunity. Before we go, are you working on anything right now? Anything exciting?
I am working on something, and I'm not sure if it's going to go through yet, but we'll find out in September, October if it's happening or not. But can't talk about it. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm excited for it, girl. Just keep me posted.
I'll keep you in the loop.
I'm your cheerleader. So That's all for today on Bottle Girl Diaries. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And for updates on when I am launching my next episodes, follow me on Instagram at I am Cindy Nansiri, and I will see you guys next time. Bye now.
Bye, guys.